between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Chicago Bears. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go! Check. 90 Wolf!
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up!
Let's go!
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's got room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now back to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing. Just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Under 10.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Ready!
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Let's go.
Ready! And read!
65, 65, 65. Switch.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Let's go.
Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson. That's complete to Demetrius Harris, the tight end. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
First down, a run with Cohen. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson, and that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
can't hang with that. Signal.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10.
Ready, ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10.
Go.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Ready
So
up.
the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Here we go on second and 12. Open man is Uzama. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Come off the ball hard. 58.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get
Oh,
off the
that was
field, D.
dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's second and 10 now from about the 32.
50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Second and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Robert Quinn. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
Okay, break.
A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up first and 10. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Okay, ready?
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a second and 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 30.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Set.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
I'm coming after you.
Back to throw here. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Down. 60 outlaw.
Mike 50, huh? Quit talking about it and bring it. Hey, watch the edge.
On the ball. 5.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
61.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. 2nd and 5. Buying time, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. It's their quarterback, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early, as they've got it 1st and 10.
Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Big stop, Pete.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the 1st quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 15 Lonnie.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen.
Run.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
We want it. Come to my...
Now Cohen. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Watch the shift. Hey. Ball trot. Watch the shift. 57's a Mike. 57's a Mike.
I know he ain't got it.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Then the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Just like that. Hey.
Buzz. Let's go.
2nd and 2.
Penetration.
And that is incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's 3rd and short.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Ready.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the 1st. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a 1st down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the 1st down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On second down, it's Cohen, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Come on, set. 10, touchdown. Get your swerve on. Tight end left, tight end left. 4 down, 4 down. Get a roll. West. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Ready to break.
This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo!
Here we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Shoot!
They'll look to throw here. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Come on, set.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
31's the mic. Come on. Come on, D. 31's the mic. Hey, 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 hey.
Get it.
They'll look to throw. And Tate's got it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 24 yards.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Hit it.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On the ready.
20, Mike, 20. All day, punt.
Let's go.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Second and 10 now from the 27.
Squeeze, squeeze.
Hey, zoom.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous. Fine.
He'll drop to throw. Looking for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Let him know, let him know.
This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And they snap him short of the first, as he can only get to the 20. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
Sit up.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Bullock's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
Let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Slam.
Slam.
Sponge. 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 No.
Watch the safety creep.
This is Cohen.
49. Check 49.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Tackle made there by Traven Howard.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Hey, we got to get the stop here, D.
Ready, go.
Hey, Mike 51.
They try again with Cohen. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Ready. And read. Hey, weapon.
Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Go.
51. Like 51.
From the gun, Jackson completes it to Miller. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Got it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Ready,
The
set.
last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Don't say nothing. There we go, Mike 20. Mike 20. Go.
Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Box trot. Big rip.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Come on, O-line.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return, and the Bears take over. They have, by the way, gone to the 3rd quarter now at Ford Field in Detroit. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They run. This is Cohen. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Lay down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They've got a chance to pin their ears back and get after them now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And some space here. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that will get him one closer. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check. Hard. Check hot route.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Two tights, two tights. 3 down, 3 down.
Throwing is Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, it feels like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 4th down. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They're going to look to throw. He completes it to Tate. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Topper! Hey, Alpha!
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. He's scared.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Get it!
Back to throw.
You're all mine. You're all mine.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Let's
And
go
the
now.
Bengals on
30
3rd
base.
down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be
Let's go.
3rd and 5. Now Joe Mixon. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Bears on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Three down.
Shift!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now here's Ross. $12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Come on,
The Bengals drive about to get going. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, you know, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up.
He's got daylight. The 40. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 81 yards. And the Bears get a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now down to 20. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Boys, let's go. Let's go.
Ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Ready?
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well.
else.
Look at me.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Tighten up. Let's go.
Let's go.
2nd and 4. He finds his running back, Mixon. 27 yards there, a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Mixon. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, exit.
Hey, Mike.
They'll set up a throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down.
Hey, Echo. Hey.
Mike, 20. Here we go.
Now.
They'll drop to throw. Going for it all. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You played through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Man, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end? Trying to get it to Robinson. He tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth
quarter.
You'd
say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 31's the mic.
I got him.
31.
Get it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking left side, and it's complete.
Come on, Phil.
A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Protein spill. Hit it.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. From the 22, Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game